Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Life and Matter podcast. What episode are we on?
We stop doing the laugh, yeah?
Oh, sorry, let me do it again. Welcome back to the Life and Matter podcast.
Taxpayers.
Yeah. Episode, insert
9.
number in description.
It should be 9.
Should be 9?
Yeah.
Oh, you've tried.
Oh, we'll check.
So, today, it will be an interesting episode. What you want to do is do like poetry.
Yeah, we'll start with poetry.
So a bit of poetry. This week it'll just be me and Kelly, and then guys give us a rating of how you think the poem went. Then next week, you guys will do it. Then you'll rate it, and you'll see who got the highest grade. Kind of like what's this show? This show for cooking where people go to different houses.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name. But yeah.
There's a show on BBC where you have like 4 people. Then they go to each person's house and they cook a meal.
I think it's Come Down With Me.
Yes! Yeah. It's the equivalent of that. Then whoever has the highest rating wins the challenge.
Wins. So you start.
I don't want to start.
It is the challenge.
Oh, fine.
Pressure.
Alright. I need snaps.
So we're best to be in
For every
tears.
bar. Yes, thank you.
No, we'll be genuine. If it doesn't deserve, if it's out, then snap.
This poem is called The Unhinged Poem. Hold this bottle, you on top, and I finish second. I open my heart. For you, it was easy. You are a baddie, serving cunt for free. She was a realist, and I was daddy. To the window, to the wall, till the sweat dripped down. No, guys,
You got this, huh?
To the window,
Serious.
to the wall, till the sweat dripped down my bones. You rushed and crashed. Oh my God! For a walker. Walls falling around me. Thank you, Mr. September. I was left hurting like 07 Britney. Shoot me down, double shot. Hit me like Konyagi. Fade to black. Lights out. Oh shit. Stage 6. Load shedding. Thank you.
Dang it, you
Fam.
I think
I've seen it
now.
Oh my god.
This is
The whole
serious.
thing. Okay.
This one's serious.
This one is, yeah.
Kwa Biblia inasema.
Lakini kwanza naomba mtoe sadaka.
Oh yeah, that's what I always start.
Yes.
Reverend. My poem is called The Sounds of Society. Moo, moo, moo.
Alright now.
We just started. Let's start. We just started.
Again, uko ngome. To bring that one up, I haven't said that in ages.
The sounds of society. It's a bit long, so let's bless.
Okay,
Sawa.
sawa.
Moo, moo, moo. That's the sound of a cow. Row, row, row. That's the sound of a lion. The lion ravages the farm. The farmer mourns for the cow. Wee, wee, wee. That's the sound of the police. Wee, wee, wee. That's the sound of the beast. The beast sees the blood of the farm, the blood on the farm, Pow, pow, pow. Gunshots. Who was shot? What was shot? Why? These are the sounds of society.
That was like watching Glass Onion. The whole murder mystery and everything.
At the police spot me, at the police spot me, I was scaring ooey. I was like, which police are you using? It's a Kenyan cop, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, this week, okay, I think it's best out of
No,
five.
it's ratings.
Yeah, that's something best,
Oh, okay.
best out of
Okay.
5.
Yeah.
Are we giving ratings or the ratings coming from the people?
Let's say both.
It's a good fam. We have to rate.
Yeah.
Out of 5.
Out of 5, what do you think?
This is the time to destroy friendships.
Wait, so is it like overall ranking, or is it good, like which one was the funniest somehow?
You can give your comments plus ranking
Yeah.
because we'll
Okay.
do the same for all of them.
Alright.
Well, what is that stylistic device? The moo.
Yeah.
Is that alliteration?
Yeah, both were
What's
nice
the same?
ages ago. And they-
Anyway, on the stylistic devices, that's 5 out of 5.
Fair enough. This flow.
Yeah, those flow. On the rhyme, like a 3.
There's no rhyme.
No, at least the moo helps. Mew.
Pow, pow, pow.
I think overall, a 3 is fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
Mr.
so
Guest.
Kelly, right?
Kelly, yeah.
Alright, so means I'll start with laughter. That's why I give it a 5, straight up from moo to the ooey of police. And then execution, I'd give it a 3. Yeah. So yeah, overall I'd give it a 4. Yeah.
Okay, my rating will be different. The comedic appeal of it, I'll give it a 4. Family just he started the moo.
The way the heading was a serious one. He wore his glasses and everything.
Like, Paul, what's society? Moo. Like, yo. Stylistic choice, I would go 3. Overall, I'd give 3.5.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say overall, I'm also giving it a 3.5 overall. But like from the get-go, I was hooked. From moo, it's like, let's do this. Let's do this. I kind of like the whole incorporation of like, that's the sound of the police, because I referenced that song
I thought you were going to join me
to that. Yeah, and I referenced that and I was like, that was smart. That was very smart throwing that in there. So yeah,
Thank you.
3.5.
Alright. Let me start from you, rating mine.
Okay. So yours. It's very funny. There's some buzz that were killing. I'd go with a 3.5 just overall. To the window.
To the window, to the wall. I think it was at that point where I lost it. The comedic appeal was up there. Delivery was also like pretty mint. Probably gonna go with like a 3.8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so for mine it'll actually be simple. Look, because I don't know what you're referring to, but if you're talking about Arsenal bottling the league, Bas, 4 straight. that's all simple. I've gotten so much shit from them all year round, so solid 4 for you. No.
Thank you.
Because of mentioning Arsenal, I'll give it a 2.5.
Wait, this is an Arsenal fan.
Yes,
What are you
I
doing?
want to amend my score.
So already.
Just for that line gives it a 2.5, but otherwise it would have been a 3 as well.
Okay. So I'll take a 3.
No, we'll take the score I gave. I said it would have been.
Yeah, so I guess everyone, you can give your ratings in the comments.
Oh, yeah. Favorite bars. And yeah, that was really funny. So, one serious thing I want to talk about, and just want to get your views on it. Do you really think, this is obviously a very late question, do you think in this society how it operates in terms of not only relationships, just how it functions, interactions, is there a room for tradition in our current society, or are we slowly, do you think we've gone past our traditional values and now moving to a more modernized, quote unquote, way of thinking and way of doing things?
We.
I think we still have a place for tradition, because even as you move forward, you need to reference what you've learned in the past to make your decisions moving forward. So I think there's still room for traditions, though we'll have to bend a few things here and there for it to match up with what we're trying to strive for, like for the future.
But for that point, actually that point specifically, why do we have to adjust it? Why can't it maintain? Because there's certain things that have been traditional, even that were traditional practices, doesn't mean good practices. There have been practices even before we were colonized as people, this obviously specifically as Kenyans. You know, they might be deemed harmful now, some of them, but or obsolete, but I don't think it should be eliminated. One, especially when I think it's very controversial, and I think women very much bash me at this one. I agree. Before I agree, it's good. It's a horrific practice, but FGM, for example, that has been tradition from years before, and again, it's still being practiced, but now it's been almost banned in it. So, again, and it's inherently horrible thing for someone to go through, but is the movement to cancel it outright? I don't know if I'm making sense. Or even like with marriages, people are focused on the white wedding aspect of thinking your marriage is not valid until you have a white wedding. But traditionally, it's just like with Kikuyus, once you've had a Russia, that's pretty much set in stone. Your marriage is official because you've gone through the whole process. So such things, do you think should they be amended or should they be maintained? Because I think they should be maintained in a sense, because removing it pretty much wipes out our identity completely.
Because I feel like where we are and like where we're headed, even just as Kenyans, there should be a balance. Because I feel like there's some things that, again, and it's just for us to like sit down and decide. But I feel like there's some things that are like traditional but harmful. For example, the FGM thing. Yeah, so like things like that, we also of course have to sit down and be like, nah, we can't. This should not be happening, and it should stop. Like, period.
Okay.
So, but then there are other things that reflect upon us as like Kenyans, as a Luo, as a Kikuyu, whatever tribe you're from, that are good and actually help like ground us. Because the thing is, it's like we're becoming, the world is an international village right now. But even with that, you still need to know where you're from and what you represent. Otherwise, if you don't stand for something, then you're lost. Basically, that's how I see it. You need to know, like, your traditions, as you're saying, they're important, but you need to know which ones are good.
But how do you determine that? What's the basis in terms of what's good and what's bad?
I think that's why for everything it's on a need basis on
Yeah.
a point basis. We can't just have a blanket statement that traditions were good for the better part of it, so we keep all of it. We have to look at each tradition that we think we should keep or not, and judge it based on its merits and demerits. Like for FGM, that's harmful for women, so that has to go.
Yeah.
But let's say if the ceremony had things, if the ceremony had things where women were taught X, Y, Z, and let's say there are a lot of teachings around that, maybe those are some of the things that could be kept, but the harmful bits eliminated. But I think it has to be on a case by case basis. You can't just have a blanket statement that we keep traditions.
Because it's too complex to just.
Be
Yeah.
one-sided.
Yeah.
It's too complex to have black and white solutions.
Yeah.
Kind of like the same way with modern day society, there's different things that are going on in modern day society that are not traditional to us or to other traditions, people from other parts of the world as well. That you'd probably sit down and you look at it and you're like, yeah, there's something off about this, or this makes sense and whatnot. So it's like the way you're saying it's on a case by case basis. It's something you actually have to sit down and look at, and you're like, yeah, this is a problem. It needs to be addressed in this particular manner. This we can retain because it's helping us in this way or in one way or the other. So yeah, I think it's really a matter of also just looking at it from, like Kelly said, a case by case basis, and trying to understand where exactly tradition fits in modern day.
It should not be vice versa. Where does modern values fit into tradition rather than where does tradition fit into modern values?
I think because now our traditions are very different, and like with modern day values, everyone just, it's this wave that just came, and colonialism happened and just took everyone, and we were all speaking English, for example.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you sit down and you look at. It's easier now to have traditions try and fit into modern day society, because everyone around the world kind of conforms to some extent to modern day society, but not everyone around the world conforms to how the Maasai coordinate themselves, how the Baganda coordinate themselves, how the Zulu or the Igbo or whoever. Yeah.
Okay.
That's my take on it.
I mean, I think I'm personally just struggling with that thing of. I just think like certain aspects that are just being lost that are very beautiful in our traditions that are being removed and being viewed as the oddball per se. And I just feel like, what I was saying before, I feel like right now what the thing should make modern society fit into our culture rather than how can my culture fit into how society is moving. I think because before I was born into the society, but I was born into a culture. Just want to say, yeah. So I have to mold or understand my culture before I understand what society is, and I approach society knowing how I am culturally. So I think a lot of that is, for me, how I'm seeing this being lost. Like, for example, languages. People are not speaking the traditional languages, including myself. I struggle with my own language, and that's a problem. But I can speak English fluently without hesitation. Even job applications, I put native. Then Swahili, right?
Conversational.
So I feel like, and I'm not the only person who's struggling with that.
Yeah.
So I just think, going forward, my point of view, we have to figure a way how to make. When you say modern culture, we're saying basically saying white culture. Trying to make our culture fit that what they view things, put it into ours rather than remove or trying to fit into theirs.
Yeah. But that also just goes back to like how like we view, like as black people in general, we view white people like that white, like the savior mentality type thing. So like we feel like we have to adapt to what is out there, yet what we have already ourselves is so unique and so like it's rich that we don't need to change for anyone really.
Exactly.
of course, there's some things that we can adapt and make better, but for the most part, because for example, if you look at even how Nigerians are able to just, because when they go to like places like the US, they just go there and they behave like Nigerians. The culture and stuff is set from the music, especially the music.
Yeah.
The music, their food,
yeah.
yeah. So like they sell themselves as Nigerians and they do not change anything about it.
But back home, it's very.
Yeah, back home, of course, it's a bit different. So it's just, we also have to find a way of, if we're going out there and we are out there already, we need to find ways of just, like, this is us. We'll change a few things here and there, but not changing 100% to fit your narrative or your views. Yeah, we can't do that. Otherwise, we're lost. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's just it's to get your point of views on how you view tradition, especially in right now, because I just feel like slowly by slowly things are being chipped away, and things that I think make us inherently complex and beautiful.
But yeah, I think as black people generally, let me just say as people of color generally, we actually need to sit down and like just stand our ground on some of our traditional values that are important to keep, that are helpful to us and whatnot. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it's kind of like neocolonialism.
It is.
That's pretty much what it is. Because you'll go to school and you have to learn English, but you won't have to learn your native or your traditional language, for example.
Your history.
Or yeah.
What you learn history.
I mean, the history we learn is not really our history per se. It's history influenced by the white man.
Yeah.
Truth be told, so it's I think it's really up to us to just sit down and take that step.
Because some things that we do that are just ridiculous. Even like lawyers who have those wigs in court. It's like, why? Like, it's so unnecessary. Just go. It's a court. Just go. There's no need for that. It doesn't make sense.
It's
The
maybe
way
a
people do it
question.
doesn't make you have to do it.
Is there like any specific traditions that you think we should keep or is getting lost? Do you have like specifics? Because I think we've just been handling this.
I think
Like
mine specifically comes down, like, one that I feel like is being lost the most is marriage traditions. In a sense of a lot of people don't value the family influence in marriage, because like like America, even like African Americans, you don't have to meet the parents, just get married, or you just meet the mother, father, and that's
Yeah,
You're
you don't
done.
have to like interact with the whole other family.
and then you're done. Then it's like, then they have the whole thing like if your family doesn't love me, it becomes a whole thing. But here, I don't know about you guys. Maybe your culture is different. But I cannot speak for how I'm going, like my tradition, my culture. I'm not as open. I'd love to learn more, but from my side, like there are like 5 different stages before you actually get married, and all those different stages, it's all the families interacting, getting to know the families. Because even in the end, whatever happens in marriage, you still have your families behind you, and those if the families are together and they're cohesive and they support the marriage, then there's no issue, and you get a
It
divorce.
makes it easy.
Makes it easy. Different things. The tradition of the whole interaction with family in marriage
Yeah.
makes the whole thing easy, and even gives a level of accountability, if you ask me. So yeah, I feel like that whole thing is being lost, and it's been lost here, in our current society, and that's where my issue is fundamentally coming from, is like marriage aspect of it.
Okay. Are you trying to tell us something? Are you getting married?
I was wondering just about us, like, are you planning a Russia or something?
Not even close. It's just an observation I've been making, and it's been really annoying me. But that's basically where my triggers are coming from.
Also, I mean, white weddings are so expensive.
Yeah, they really are, man.
Traditional ones are not cheap.
Look, you do people do traditional, and then it's, I don't know,
You do
because once the tradition is done, you're like, it's not valid. I need to now add on that.
Yeah.
Double give the next person. So now you have to now do the whole white wedding with the reception, all those different things. It's like that whole process you've gone through was
AG.
the wedding. And then if you really feel like the whole white dress thing is necessary, just do an AG thing.
Yeah.
Because that for me, doing the wedding just invalidates what you just did prior. It really does. To me. It means that there's no value in it. Personally.
I don't think it really invalidates the prior. It's just like we're saying, if we have like modern ceremonies or modern things that we're doing at the moment, we can look back into traditions, things that we liked, we can bring it back, or vice versa. So if we do the traditional wedding, but you've been brought up, or your wife has been brought up, seeing the modern wedding, and that's what they've dreamt of, that's what they really want, there's no harm in doing that as well if you've done the traditional. Cost aside. Cost aside, yeah. Cost aside. So I don't think it's really a problem doing both or doing one over the other. It's the problem for me would be if I'm doing the modern wedding and talking down against the traditional aspects of traditional cultures, then that's where I have a problem with you siding with the modern stuff and ignoring the traditions. But if you're okay with it and you're taking both, or you're picking aspects from both, let's say you're doing the modern one but still paying dowry and all that, I don't think there's a problem with the two merging.
So as long as there's some sort of balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watson's really trying to tell us something.
Yeah, manzi.
Might as well just a single
There's no
woman.
ROI in dowry, but anyway, that's a different conversation. Yeah, but that was basically it. I mean, we can obviously delve into this question further. If you've any questions.
Like what you've said, that there's no ROI in dowry.
Expound.
No, me, I've never done that.
Please explain further, sir.
No. Anyway, so yeah, that was basically. I just need to just pick your brains on how you view it. If I'm right in what I'm thinking, and obviously I'm open to different point of views from you guys. Yeah.
Maybe on the dowry bit. If she can't cook,
See,
she gets 2 goats. And the 2 goats are male. So they can give birth. Oh.
and then just one, finally, this is one of the questions for Rodrigo. How are you feeling about Sautiso?
Don't quite give a shit, actually, for being honest.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that.
I actually just mentioned it to annoy you.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the reason I want to talk about it. Because I also know you don't care. I mean, yeah, okay, they've broken up. Okay, we move. It's...
But they've been
End of an
influential.
era. Oh, no, yeah, that they have, yeah.
The influencers.
Like a
But let me
whole,
tell you,
what,
this
like
is
16,
lies.
18 years.
Kerego has been crying the whole week. Let me tell
Like,
you.
he's cool.
So I got to work with him.
Coming apart.
He's coming here. He wants to look strong. Eh? He's in front of us. He wants to look strong. I've been with Kerego the whole week.
Like in qua ground.
So you're gonna go for you're gonna go for the final concert for sure, though.
No, not really. The one that I
Don't
actually...
lie.
Let me tell you, the one that I actually felt was Just a Band. That one actually hurt because I really liked Just a Band when they broke up. I'm happy they're back together. But yeah, you have no idea who Just a Band is, eh?
Yeah, I do.
You know
I
Blinky
do.
Bill?
Yes, you know
Yes,
them.
I do.
Yes, Blinky Bill and Co.
Wow.
From Just
Yes,
a Band.
and cool.
Yeah.
I know and
Like you see, this is why we should play KE for people like this.
I listen to KE.
Yes, traditions. Hmm?
I listen to KE. Just
Talking about traditions.
Genre.
And then now basic stuff like our music.
I listen to different genre of KE. That's the only thing.
Yes.
Can't even back your own topic. But yeah, no, so yeah, okay, it is what it is. It doesn't quite bother me.
Have you been to the
But
concert?
yeah, I did.
Have you?
Yeah.
I went to
their.
their- I went to their very first one.
What do you mean the first one?
Their very first one. You
How
know,
old are you?
I was young. I was in.
Hey, those
Kwani, how
days-
old do you think Solar?
Manze, days of sijui la sisi wangu. Those
Yeah,
days.
those days.
Damn.
Kwani, how old do you think Sauti Sol is? They're not, that means it wasn't in the 90s,
I mean,
just in the 2000s.
I know. He's doing the most.
Yeah, he's doing the most.
But they've been around for like what, 16 years, give or take.
Yeah.
The person doesn't care.
Yeah, they was okay. No.
2 days, 5 hours.
This has been the Laughing Matter podcast. I was reading an article about it on the way here. That's why I brought it up to you.
Okay. The first concert.
Yeah.
Where was this? I'm
It
curious.
was City Hall. That's one in town.
City Hall.
City Hall.
I assume
There
that's.
used to be events in City
City
Hall.
Hall.
My friend.
City Council.
I know there was a hall and I know there was city.
Cancel. Kanjo.
I'm just gonna let you. I'm just gonna let you guys cook. I'm gonna let you guys cook.
As you can see, 16 years.
I'm gonna let you guys cook.
You said 16 years,
Go on.
8 hours,
No, City
2
Hall,
minutes.
City
No
Hall.
wonder they have a song in a blue uniform.
Up in Mayor's
Makes
office.
sense now.
Whichever that was. All I know is that there was city and there was hall.
Ah, you're fucking with me right now.
No, but I think it was. See,
And you had an idea then.
no, I didn't. I had an idea.
Just a
That's a bio.
You have no friends here, sir.
No, it is City Hall. City Hall has a hall. It has a space where you can. Where there's a stage. Yeah,
City Hall.
yeah.
Laptop just going to
Hey,
find
boo, now we'll outage.
Okay, but to be honest, my town directions are not very good. I just know KCC and Times Tower. You know, places that are obvious. All I know is that we entered town and we went to the concert.
Okay. And have you watched them?
No,
Never.
never.
Same. I'm not seeing them perform. Never.
They're actually good. I think they've really changed the music scene in Kenya.
They have, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Don't have
giving
they
them
have a
the
Grammy,
flowers
no?
they've been. Yeah, I think they have a Grammy.
Either that or Bia has a Grammy.
No,
I think it's a whole group.
yeah.
Should.
For co-writing what? Co-producing Burna Boy's album.
Oh, yes.
So you don't care.
But I don't
Yeah.
Which album?
Burna Boy's
Which album?
album.
Which album?
No, this is
Which album? Which album?
Burna Boy's
Which
album.
album?
Down in the fruity bin.
Tries to stall Burna Boy.
Just a store. Okay. When it come out?
I don't know when it came out. No, I'm talking about Burna Boy.
This guy's setting you up and you don't even.
I know he's setting me up. It's like at the end of the day, I'm just like, this guy doesn't know any Kenyan artist.
Oh, damn. Alright.
And cool.
Watch him just say just a man right now. Yeah.
No, you know others. You know others.
Canada. Pinye.
Pinye.
That's a DJ.
Talking about artists.
Canada.
DJ Pinye. When's the
Zenia.
last time he performed?
Hey, Bana. I don't know.
You just showed me. You get that in like 2 or something.
Hey. This is where they cancel us now.
Alright. This has been the Laughing Matter podcast. It's been me, Kanyi.
Kelly.
There you go.
Willis.
And Ishmael.
Oh yeah, we had a guest.
Yes. Special guest Ishmael.
Did we do intros in the beginning?
No.
We went straight to Moo Moo and bottling.
And we.
Don't forget to wash your ass.